very good evening and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Prime TV News. I'm Ishara Nautuna. Let's check out your headlines first. Markandure Madush arrested. Customs fiasco solved. Charles restored. Appropriation bill presented in House. Ferris wheel accident death toll rises to 2. China welcomes Year of the Pig. And now news in detail. The presidents of the Maldives and Sri Lanka have agreed to work according to a broad and new cooperation in the process of working against illegal drug trafficking. The official meeting between the visiting Maldives President Ibrahim Mohammed Soleh and President Maithripala Sirisena was held at the Presidential Secretariat. During this meeting, the Maldives President highly appreciated the special procedure put forward by President Sirisena to curb illegal drug trafficking and his growing commitment to it. The leaders discussed about the ways to further strengthen the bilateral relations between Sri Lanka and the Maldives, as well as to revise the agreements between the two countries in the fields of trade, health, defense, education, naval cooperation, and also to enter into new agreements in relation to those fields. Discussed regarding increasing trade opportunities between countries for each other. The leaders also discussed regarding the importance of working together as island nations and SAARC countries for the prosperity of the countries in the region. President Maithripala Sirisena warmly received the Maldives President Ibrahim Mohammed Soleh, who arrived at the Presidential Secretariat. A guard of honor was held by the armed forces in honor of the Maldives president. The trade union action launched by the employees of the Customs Department was concluded after 7 days. The trade union action ended. PSM Charles has been reinstated as General of the Department. Minister of Finance and Mass Media Samravira has appointed Mrs. Charles as the Director General of the Customs Department for 3 months. The decision was taken after a lengthy discussion. Minister Samravira has written a cabinet paper submitted to remove PSM Charles from the position of Director General of the Customs Department. The appropriation bill for the financial year of 2019 was presented to the House today. According to the bill, the total government expenditure for the year is 4,450 billion rupees. The 2019 budget proposal is scheduled to be presented to the Parliament on March 5th. The allocation for national security has been increased by 9 billion rupees as compared to the previous year. 105 billion rupees have been set aside for the education sector and 187 billion rupees for the health sector. The allocation for the Ministry of National Policies and Economic has also been raised by 73 billion rupees as compared to the last year. 114 billion rupees have been given away for the agricultural sector. The allocation for the urban planning and water supply sector has also been raised by 89 billion rupees. The 13-year-old girl who sustained injuries in the Ferris wheel accident in an amusement park at Valaveyangoda died today. Measures have been taken to temporarily suspend the park for public. The girl's mother was also succumbed to injuries yesterday following the incident. Accident happened as a compartment of the Ferris wheel was broken down once they were playing. The mother was killed on the spot and the 13-year-old girl was rushed to the Gampa hospital. Consequently, the girl was transferred to the National Hospital for further treatments and she lost her life due to serious injuries caused on her head. According to police, 6 people, including the owner of the amusement park, have been taken into custody. It is reported that the park administration has maintained minimum safety measures. Chairman of the Perpetual Treasuries Private Limited, Jeffrey Aloysius' request to travel Singapore was rejected by the Colombo Chief Magistrate. Jeffrey Aloysius was barred from foreign travels owing to allegations linked to the central bank bond scam. But the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court allowed Jeffrey Aloysius to travel in India between the 13th to 20th of this month. Jeffrey Aloysius is the father of a suspect of the Treasury bond scam, Arjun Aloysius. The Criminal Investigations Department objected Jeffrey Aloysius' request to go to Singapore as he has not submitted due documents to ensure his authenticity. The Chief Magistrates Court informed his lawyers to submit the documents on the 25th of this month to review the request. Meanwhile, former Superintendent of Prisons Emil Ranjan Lamaheva was re-remanded till the 12th of this month in connection with assassinating 27 inmates at the Valikara prison. The order was given by the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court. A revision bail application has been filed before the Court of Appeal for Emil Ranjan Lamaheva. The Criminal Investigations Department told the court that further investigations are still in progress in regard to the incident. The police has decided to inspect parties organized based on Facebook thoroughly. The inspections will be conducted under the directives of IGP Pujit Jayasundara. The IGP has already issued a set of guidelines to OICs all over the island. It has been revealed that drug traffickers are connected with Facebook parties being organized. The IGP has instructed the OICs to apprehend organizers of such parties if they are linked with illegal activities and drug trafficking. The Nalathani police states that more than 300,000 people have paid homage at Sripada during the last few days. The authorities have taken measures to ensure all the basic amenities for pilgrims who are coming to Sripada. The number of pilgrims arrived in the sacred place increased drastically at the weekend. It was observed that buses that brought pilgrims to Sripada were parked alongside the Nanya Muskelia main road for 6 kilometers. As a result, a severe traffic congestion was created in the area. Non-Cabinet Minister Sujeeva Senasinghe made an inspection tour at the Sri Lanka Innovators Commission and the National Science and Technology Commission. Non-Cabinet Minister held a discussion with the representatives from the Sri Lanka Innovators Commission. The attention was drawn on future steps that should be taken to promote an innovative culture in the country. Secretary to the Ministry Chintaka Lokuhetty and several other key officials were present at the discussion. Dr. Chaitha Herath says an intellectual discourse should be generated among the general public on a new constitution. Dr. Chaitha Herath was speaking at a meeting in Mathur to educate civil society activists on the proposed constitution. He further noted that the hot-button issues pertaining to the national problem should be discussed with the northern society openly. He highlighted that it should be the aim of political parties to enlighten the people on current issues and end up with wise decisions. Dallas Alha Mahinda Yapavardana Vijay was of the event. 16-year-old girl's body has been found in the Mao Sakale reservoir. The girl was missing for 3 days and her relatives had lodged a complaint with the Muskelia police station. The deceased was a resident of the Glenton estate of Muskelia. The remains have been submitted to Dick Oyer Base Hospital for post-mortem following the magisterial inquiry. 142 illegal cigarette cartons have been taken into the custody by the airport's customs officials.
An air passenger travelled from Dubai to Sri Lanka has trafficked the cigarette cartons hiding in his baggage. According to the Deputy Director of the Customs Department, Vipula Minuan Pitya, around 28,000 cigarettes were in the cartons, worth 1.5 million rupees. The cigarettes were confiscated and the suspects were imposed a fine of 10,000 rupees each. Meanwhile, the customs officials have also arrested a passenger who had illegally brought 98 orchid and anthurium saplings hiding in his baggage from Bangkok. According to the customs sources, the value of the saplings exceeds 500,000 rupees.
7 people were injured in an accident that took place at the old town of Madampe.
A van plying from Kilinochchi to Colombo collided with another van running from Colombo to Chilao. The injured people were rushed to the Chilao General Hospital. Meanwhile, the police have arrested 4 motorcyclists who had not responded to police command. The arrest was made at Vatavala. According to the police sources, a policeman has received injuries as a motorcyclist had hit and run. The suspects were produced before the Hatton magistrate.
Moving on with more local news, 20 people, including underworld gang leader Markandre Madhush, have been arrested in Dubai. They have been arrested with cocaine. The arrest was made under the directives of President Maithripala Sirisena as part of anti-drug campaign of the government. The largest drug haul was seized recently under the newly launched campaign. The authorities were able to seize more than 100 kilograms of heroin from Valavata today. 3 suspects were arrested in the raid. The president recently took measures to appreciate police officers who have rendered better service in drug-related raids. Security personnel have embarked a comprehensive program to bust international drug nexuses linked with Sri Lanka while forging connections with international law enforcement networks. Many countries have willingly supported Sri Lanka due to the president's commitment and cordial relationship with foreign countries. Markandre Madhush and several other leading underworld drug kingpins were arrested at a super luxury hotel in Dubai in a special raid conducted wee hours of today. It is reported that a popular singer is also among the arrested. The police sources said that other suspects are being identified. The underworld leader called Markandre Madhush has committed a range of crimes, including murders. He is also known as a leading drug kingpin. The police and intelligence units were conducting a massive investigation to nab the culprits, and the modus operandi became a success eventually. Joining with us today in our Biz segment, Nishant Batagal, the manager, Colombo Stock Exchange, bringing you insight for investing. Let's join him to know more details and stock market updates with Imesha Fernando.
First of all, you have to ascertain how much of risk that you are willing to take. For instance, in the stock market, there are 297 companies listed right now, and out of that, not all companies are performing very well. So you need to identify what are the stocks that are good, which have good growth potential, as well as what are the stocks that are not doing all that well. Based on that, you do your own risk profile. How much of risk am I willing to take? Am I a risk-averse person or am I a risk taker? First, identify that and pick the stocks that suits you well. You should not put all your eggs in one basket. You should not put all your money in one stock, or you should not put all your money in one sector, and so on. So you have to diversify. So by diversifying, what happens is you mitigate your risk. If one sector gets affected by a negative form, the other one sector, you can benefit from the other sector as such. So you have a balance in your portfolio where you mitigate your risk component in your investment as such.
The benchmark all-share price lost 0.4 points, close at 5,981.65, while the S&P Sri Lanka 20 index gained 2.16 points, close at 3,074.62. The turnover was 401.49 million rupees, with 6.4 million shares changing hands in 2,499 trades. The market capitalization at the end of the day was 2,795.58 billion rupees. Top 5 gainers of the day were Blue Diamonds, Onali Holdings, Swiss Textilone, The Fortress Resort and Renuka Capital, while the top 5 losers were Tess Agro, Renuka Foods, Agalawata Plantations, ACL Plastics and CIC Holdings. Today's purchases were 14.78 million rupees and foreign sales were 275.57 million rupees. There was one crossing today and the crossing turnover was 29.34 million rupees.